on, I got you, bro. We're broke. We're broke.
We're EgyptBeauty.
Call the motherfucking police. Please call them. Help me, please. Please help me. Please. Somebody help me.
An old friend comes back in a big way.
Hey, my face at almost age 47 looks way better than every chick online right now. Go from number 1, 2, 3, 4. Go click on their chat rooms. Look at their faces.
This video isn't focused on a current main character in IRL live streaming. At the onset, it might not appeal to you. However, if you were intrigued enough to click this video, I'll preface it by saying this is a night full of twists and turns, emotional ups and downs, and an abundance of content. I can safely say that I've never quite seen a live stream like this. Ever. If it's content you're after, make sure to stick around to get the whole story as well as my thoughts on what might have actually happened this night.
Coming to another station.
No, like cats getting funny.
Go get a Brevman or something.
20, 40, 60, 83. 40, 50. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, please.
That's not on.
20, 30.
It's on the
Happy perfectly Friday.
Do you have money? You got the gas, the 50. You got enough. Okay.
Okay. That's
Here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
Please.
feel like a stripper.
To some of you, the cam model known as EgyptBeauty is a new face among the likes of IRL live streaming.
I don't need no forks. Forget it. What? Oh, I'm trying to search for items.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
Doing good.
To others, like myself, hers is a familiar face.
I'm not leeching off of him. I'm not poor, fucker.
You are.
How the fuck does a bitch last online for 18 years?
You look poor as fuck.
No, you do with your fucking ketchup stains and mustard fucking hot dog A and PM hot dog stains on your fucking shirt.
EgyptBeauty, who will now be referred to as EB, was first introduced to IRL live streaming around a year ago through the once entertaining streams of Ice Poseidon. She made several appearances on his stream showing her relentless intensity and dedication to Jesus Christ, her Lord and Savior.
Bitch, I got Jesus watching over me. You fucking devil. Fuck you, bitch.
She was widely received well by the community because content. Ultimately, she would have a few streams with Ice, Sam Pepper, and the various Andys before returning to her thriving cam model career. It wouldn't be until almost a year later when she began to really make her re-emergence into IRL, taking the now openly gay EBZ and his new boyfriend on various hotel stays, flashing tons of cash, and more or less buying friendship from these aspiring streamers. I would call this EBZ's Summer of Love, as he lusted after EgyptBeauty, confused himself with Danny Prism, and used Betty as a scapegoat to deflect from his bi-curious ways. We got a classic EBZ no kisses meme, as well as another taste of her fiery alpha mentality in calling it how she sees it. I wouldn't exactly say she's calling it as it is, more calling it as she sees it, and then running with that narrative as if it's true. However far from the truth it really is. She was an off-stream acquaintance of Danny Prism, a flamboyant twink that is also leeching to launch his own streaming career. Danny and EBZ have streamed many times together, and I honestly think Danny is a perfect suitor for EBZ. He's kind, submissive, and seems to truly care about Ebenezer. Unfortunately for EBZ, his Cameroonian upbringing has been causing inner turmoil in his pursuit of coming out of the closet. I hope you find the confidence to truly be yourself, EBZ, and maybe in doing so, you'll see how perfect you and Danny are together.
Definitely not a saint. If anything, you listen to my handle, it goes, hey, yo, it's a ricochet, bullet beezy. Middle finger way up high. You know I'm not an angel. So that being said, I'm far from an angel. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I am trying to make sure I am a solid man. And, you know, to be a solid man is not necessarily being a gangster. You know what I mean? It's actually far from necessarily being a gangster. I definitely don't promote anything painful. I'm trying to make everything fun. I'm trying to make everything peace. I'm trying to make everything enjoyable. I'm trying to make a whole lot of money while we do it at the same time. But don't get it twisted. You will get stumped out. You will get stumped if it comes down to it. That's not what we're talking about. You know what I mean?
The EBZ, EgyptBeauty, and Danny Prism extravaganza occurred late this past summer. By early to mid-fall, EgyptBeauty had really shown her true colors as content queen.
Yep.
And my shoes.
Yep, he's wearing my shoes.
I'm wearing your shoes.
And I'm barefoot.
And I'm getting out of here.
We gotta go, dude.
So,
Skull, fuck it. Oh my god, Bjorn.
I'm fucked up.
Me too, Bjorn.
I don't have it.
I don't have my phone either. I can't even fucking read the chat. Okay. Chat, begging for gas money donations, Ski Mask Andy, in Detroit, Skull, Elma. Yeah, I can still read. Shut up. That was loud.
Hey, homie. Hey.
Hey, what up,
I
man?
heard you call me a bitch. After all I done for you, apologize now. Apologize.
Well,
you called me a bitch. That bitch is crazy. Apologize to me and we cool.
That bitch is crazy.
Egypt, Andy.
That bitch is fucking nutty.
So,
You know what, dude? We cool.
I said apologize. I'm not playing. You called me a bitch. I heard you. That bitch is nutty crazy. Yes. Call me.
The bitch that left
No.
us, the bitch that left us is crazy.
Who is that? Name a name.
Whatever her fucking name is.
You talking about Bobby Dylan?
Yeah, that
Not
left
me.
me.
Not
Of course
me.
not. What do you mean?
Because I done a lot for you. And
You
by-
do a lot for
and-
me.
And by the way, Bobby Dylan did a lot for you too.
She
Now
did.
Shut up, relax, calm down, and I'm out.
Bye.
Hey, look at your ass. You need to grow some fucking meat on your bones. I'm walking around in there.
Lay die in a fire, you are poor.
You know how to get to your room. Y'all motherfuckers all driving me crazy just like her.
Pretty much every time she's live, you can witness her pressing random hotel employees, moving from state to state and hotel to hotel, often leaving in a confused hurry.
His name.
I don't know his name.
How you know? You don't know his name and you work here, you maintenance. How you don't know his
We
name?
are coming just for only.
You don't know who you work for? The boss? Come on now. You don't know your boss name.
No.
Who gives you money? Who gives you money to eat here? Who? Who?
Ask manager.
What is manager name?
There's really a lot to comment on regarding her on-camera behavior, and whether or not it's actually real. She could just be hamming it up for the camera, or this could be truly a reflection of her day-to-day life. The first time that I began to realize how content she really is when Blade and Bjorn were waiting outside of a Las Vegas hotel room following a night of debauchery. She was back and forth, speeding around the parking lot, yelling and honking her horn, would drive off and be back within minutes, truly showcasing her bipolar ways of pressing and loving at the same time. That was just a quick glimpse into the content that we would be in for just days later. Now that you're up to speed on who she is and how she relates to the IRL community, we can really begin to dissect her behavior. It all came to a head and we got the full spectrum of the person we are witnessing on October 2nd. I was live streaming this entire thing and myself, along with my chat, were trying to figure out exactly what was going on.
You're an envious fucking witch. You're jealous of my beautiful face. You're jealous of my career. Bitch, 20 years online. 20 fucking years. Fucking bitch, distraction fucking whore. What the fuck you want from me, you fucking stalking bitch? You lesbian? I got my motherfucking boys I gotta call back. They're my slaves. They're my slaves. I own Bjorn and TJ and Danny. I own them, bitch. I can afford it. Goodbye, you fucking whore. Fuck out of here, bitch.
Are you fucking kidding me? Still, there are far more questions than answers, but we can try our best to speculate on what's going on. I think a little more pretext is necessary. Remember I said that she always had a ton of money on her and would deliberately throw that money around to win social approval? There's long been debate as to the origins of her free-flowing capital, with the weaponized autism of Reddit discovering an individual who very closely resembled EgyptBeauty captured on closed caption television. The CCTV footage was of an elderly couple being scammed by Craigslist scammers. The individual that was captured on this CCTV walked with a very similar gait to EgyptBeauty. This is all only speculation and conjecture, as no formal charges were laid, and to my knowledge, the individual that was captured on CCTV has not yet been apprehended. It certainly looks like her, but we can't be certain. This highly circumstantial evidence is going to get more context and play a more significant role as we begin to see the events that transpired on October 2nd. The stage was set with a frantic tone. Danny Prism is the first to start his stream. EgyptBeauty and her unnamed friend realized Danny had started his stream and didn't sound happy.
He turned it on, they got the thing going.
I don't wait. What was I am so
You want some content?
so fucking confused.
You're gonna get it from my white ass.
Let's show that on YouTube, please. They don't even know our business. Let's show
Show
you.
it on YouTube
Don't.
and get you some content. You didn't
Don't.
come all the way here from Boston or wherever you're from for nothing, bro. Show it.
Yo, go out that door. Don't let.
No, I'm not going out no door. Let's go, D. Come on, man.
Okay, if she, who's gonna turn on the camera? It's not the time to play. Don't let me see if you wish on the computer. No time.
We later found out that this unnamed friend apparently is her brother. At first, I thought his protest to somebody being live was a warning to her that somebody is live and their actions can now be held accountable. However, and as we'll come to find out later, I now think it was an attempt to establish a reason for their hasty departure. Throughout the course of the first few minutes, we're able to piece together that they're leaving a hotel in a very, very panicked way, because EB and her alleged brother were just notified that their 88-year-old grandfather had passed away. Therefore, they have to attend a funeral the following day. Keep in mind, it's the middle of the evening on a Wednesday, and they're claiming the funeral is the following morning. Seems like a really fast turnaround. Furthermore, the high stress level and commanding tone indicated more panic than grief. There's absolute chaos and confusion among the group while EB and her faithful brother hurry the crew down the hallway to the elevator, divvying up bags full of what looks like new merchandise as a sort of parting gift from EB to the boys.
We're good. We don't need any of that.
Oh, shit. Yo.
We can't carry it. Bjorn can carry it as much as he can.
What do you want? Oh, take.
Hold the coal for you.
Huh? That's yours. Take it.
No, I don't want it. I just keep it for you.
Even though the boys didn't seem to know what was in the bags. Already looking pretty sketchy. From here, we have EgyptBeauty distributing several $100s to each of the boys before ushering them into the elevator to make their getaway. It's at this point that Bjorn goes live, filming a panicked EB just as everyone enters the elevator. As soon as Bjorn goes live, EgyptBeauty and her brother begin the narrative of being unsatisfied with the hotel.
We got family relatives in Raleigh from out of state. Yes. We got to meet up at Sentinella Hospital in Inglewood.
Yeah.
He died 88. All this party is shut down. I ain't never coming back to this raggedy ass casino. They won't even open up another blackjack table. They won't even open up the elevator door for me.
Okay.
You open this shit up right here, man.
Everybody, I gave Bjorn $320. I gave him food. I gave him cigarette. I gave him everything. We have to go.
Okay, let's go.
I have money now, thank you, so I can come home.
You're welcome.
Threatening to get lawyers involved and proclaiming she overpaid for the suite. I'm not sure how one overpays for a suite, but that's what her claim was.
Gotta go, Cyberpunk, sorry.
The food just tastes like shit.
Terrible.
They won't let you open the window to let the bad air out. I got claustrophobia now.
I paid $100.
I'm gonna talk to my attorney and get a lawsuit. There'll be illegal litigation in court.
I paid
got an attorney in L.A.
I paid $100.
They don't let you open the window. You can't breathe up in here.
I paid $135.
I have respiratory problems for the rest of my life now.
I had to pay $137.
They don't open up no windows.
And the chicken wings are burnt.
They think
The
people will
pizza,
commit
the
suicide
chicken wing food
and jump out. They need to commit suicide and jump out the window.
My homeboy TJ.
How the fuck you gonna breathe? They won't let you open the window.
TJ.
What's up?
How you gonna breathe? They won't let you open the window because then people will commit suicide.
Ex-boyfriend came
Take a bottle of sleeping pills and flush yourself down the toilet.
He flew from Florida.
Yeah.
Bobby Dylan on her way, Casey and
it's a rat hole place. I ain't never coming back. I won't step foot in this state again. Save your money. Don't come here.
And the other guy. And the crazy one.
Kiss him. Kiss him on the lips. Kiss him, Brandon. Kiss him on the lips. Kiss his sticky ass on the lips.
I ain't kissing his sticky.
Both of y'all motherfuckers smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
He's gonna take them. Film him.
Smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, Newport. No way. She coughed like a chimney. Look at all these people dead in the doorknob. They're like a mortuary. It's like a mortuary up in this motherfucker. Fuck you staring at, cuz. Voting for a Crip gang, cuz.
Seems more like a likely motive for such a quick-paced and obnoxious exit. So far, none of this makes sense. Their reaction to the passing of a loved one just doesn't sit right with me, combined with their hyper-focus on the bad service as justification for their departure. We now have two conflicting narratives, but there'll be many more to come. During the process of them leaving the hotel room, the viewers are informed that not only are they leaving their current accommodations, but they're told by EB to leave the state of Nevada to find their own accommodations, presumably with the money that she gave them. Now everyone, not just the viewers, are really confused and sketched out. The group splits into 3 different vehicles, with EgyptBeauty going solo in her own car, EgyptBeauty's brother solo in his car, and Bjorn, Danny, and this random new guy in Danny's car. Danny is visibly shook while they discuss what could have possibly happened. They compare notes and discover a serious contradiction. EB and her brother first said the grandfather was 88 and then claimed he was 93. In all the hustle and bustle and confusion, it would still be difficult to misrepresent the age of a deceased grandfather. This will be the first of many contradictions, not only in their behavior but in what they're actually saying. Speeding off into the night headed to a new state, the focus is shifted now onto EB, who has gone live to further her alibi of a deceased loved one. Intensity and panic gone, she cries for several minutes while looking at literally anything but the road and veering onto the shoulder quite often. Following several minutes of crying to what I think is Whitney Houston, sketching out the viewers with her driving and lack of observing the road, she shifts focus yet again to reports of a rogue mod in her chat. This almost immediately sends her into a rage, resulting in her demanding that Bjorn and Danny turn around from wherever they are to meet up with her so that Danny can remove this rogue mod for her.
Listen, hey, check this out. I'll make that motherfucker with that no-ass Danny stop what the fuck he doing. Put Bjorn and that motherfucker from Miami out. Come to me right now and take your ass off a mod. I will do it. Cause if he doesn't, why did he text me? Hey, why did he text me and tell me you're being a bad mod? Why? I can pull over. You know, you're jealous of me. You're jealous of me because I have a beautiful face, I'm intelligent, and all the men want to screw me. You're a fucking mop, bitch. You're a mop. Flush yourself down the toilet, ho. You know what? I'm making Danny drive to me right now. I'm pulling the fuck over. I'm making Danny Prism drive to me. Take you off of mod. That's it, bitch. We done.
Trying to bait them like children with promises of more money and reminding them of how much she's already given them. Buying friends, by the way.
Bjorn, this is EgyptBeauty. Bjorn, listen to me. Where is my other 2 friends? I want to take someone off mod right now. How do you do it? How do you remove mod? Or else you better tell my friend TJ if Danny is tired, you turn around. I give you some more money, Bjorn. If you come here, I give you more money, sweetie. I give you more money, Bjorn. I need Danny. I need you, Bjorn. I did you favor, Bjorn. I give you all the money you needed to go home to your country. I want to remove this bitch. She's mod. She ruined my room. Please help me, Bjorn. I give you some more money.
In her fit of rage, she decides to stop at the next rest stop to work out this rogue mod problem. She attempts to convince the boys to turn around, come to her to assist her, but in doing so she leaks the address of where she's at. And of course, much like this isn't your average IRL stream, this wasn't an average leak. With her inexperience or her Generation X mentality, she spelled out the address multiple times. And when I say she spelled it out multiple times, she literally spelled it out very slow multiple times. There were literally no guesses as to where she was.
Oh, Ifshi then, Ifshi. And the Sharif, the trolls. Ifshi Minhona, the Wetty. They called. The police are coming here. The people in the computer called the police. Come this way. Don't come to this gas station. I'm leaving.
Before police could arrive, she realized her misstep, and we're back on the road again.
Come this way. Turn around and come this way. Bjorn, listen. I help all of you with a lot of money. Okay? And don't worry. I have some more money to give all of you, and we go get another room somewhere else.
This time with plans to meet at a Burger King. Yet another leak.
Tell Danny to meet me at the Burger King.
The Burger King meetup never happened. Instead, she heads to the next rest stop and unironically meets up with her brother for a quick reminder of, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
I can't believe it. I stopped at the same rest stop as my own brother. Hey! What? Okay, I didn't know you guys were here. All right, I gotta go.
Seriously implying that something more sinister might be happening underneath all of this misdirection and drama. What a night of coincidences. Oh my god. I swear, the longer that this stream went on, the more things didn't make any sense at all. At this point, she's so fired up and emotionally invested, she dedicates the rest of her night to righting the wrongs of this rogue mod, divulging to her audience everything that this rogue mod had told her in confidence about her personal life. We then get some informative donations that tell us more about the source of her capital, as well as more of her personal experiences with this rogue mod. By now, everyone, including EB herself, has completely forgotten about this sketchy ditching of the hotel room, the need to leave the state so suddenly, and even forgotten about this deceased grandfather that started it all. Her focus is entirely on this rogue mod and trying to get the boys back to help them. And the focus from the viewers is now on her inability to manage her own YouTube livestream and the manipulative behavior of trying to buy and own Bjorn and Danny, as well as whoever they're with. Sitting in her car at a highway rest stop, she pleads with the YouTube gods to help her. Out of frustration, she completely breaks down, saying she's in pain every day and evidently can't solve her own problems without bribing people.
Hey, Mexican Andy. Oh, message deleted, Mexican Andy. Oh, I know, bitch. You destroying my room because me and Mexican Andy get along. Hold on, Mexican Andy. Deleted messages. Hey, is there anybody out there at YouTube? Any admins can go? Anybody know how to get in my account and delete this fucking bitch from mod, please? Please, I don't feel good, and I'm in a lot of pain. Please help me, YouTube, damn it, please, somebody log in my account and take this bitch off mod, zombie jerk, please, admin, help me, sir, please, you guys, please, remove her from mod, please ban her, please, YouTube, for the love of God, ban zombie jerk, she's harassing me and I'm sick and pain. Please, admins at YouTube, administration, wherever you are, YouTube, ban zombie jerk, she's a mod. Please help
Imagine
me.
thinking people typing, message deleted, is zombie jerk's fault. You've been on the internet for 20 years yet can't determine the difference between actual bans and this. Stop being so naive and learn a thing or two about the internet, fat fupa.
Please, admins on YouTube. Where am I? YouTube, please take this woman off of mod and ban her. She owes that woman admins YouTube.
Sarah Carey, send me $500 and I will remove mod from myself and leave
Any
you.
admin at YouTube, please don't discourage me. She's harassing me for 10 years. Please ban Zombie Jerk. Please ban her.
Open
and
this
take her
link,
off of my
EgyptBeauty,
mod.
and you'll be
Please,
able to
right
unmod
now,
her.
I beg you guys. Please, YouTube, help me. YouTube admins, if you're out there, please stop what you're doing and help me. Please remove that bitch Zombie Jerk from my mod. I don't know how to do it. Please, 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 help me. Help me, please. Please help me. Please, somebody help me. I'm begging you guys right now. I'm not playing. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm never happy. I'm in pain. Help me, please. Please. I'm begging you. I'm serious. Oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I need to remove her from mod. I'm losing my voice again. Look, she's destroying my room. YouTube. I suffered all my life. I worked hard online and I'm hurting. Please don't discourage me. She wanted to ruin my room on my free cams.
It becomes pretty apparent how out of touch she is with what's going on, how clueless she is to what she's actually involved herself in with streaming, and how to navigate general moderation of her chat. Keep in mind, the whole time this live stream is going on, I'm also live streaming and giving my thoughts with my chat. My live chat and I are now convinced that we are witnessing the EgyptBeauty MO. It certainly seems like some crime was committed and this is just a drama-filled cover-up. Still, we lack actual proof outside of circumstantial behavior or bizarre behavior. The last little bit of her stream was filmed completely upside down and consisted of her moaning some names in chat, very happily might I add, and declaring how much money she has, among other egotistical things.
Thank you now, New Zealand. I heard New Zealand was a beautiful country. Now, New Zealand, don't fall in love with me unless I love you too. Let's do this. Like they say in the hood, let's do this, Patrick, JJ. We finna do this, baby boy. I'm gonna be the most famous YouTube woman in the world. I'm gonna distract all the other channels. And every man out there is gonna love me. Ha ha ha. Sincerely beautiful, beauty, sexy, Sarah.
What a wild ride. A wild ride without any real answers. We learned nothing as to the real reason why they left the hotel room and had to get out of state. We did, however, learn that there are several conflicting statements and really none, not any bit of her emotional reaction to really anything all night seemed to fit the circumstances. We know there's rumors of her being a scammer and a thief. None are proven, and now we're presented with very, very bizarre circumstances. We also learned that night through a donation, so it's not necessarily a reliable source, that she received a large sum following her car accident with a transport. She's referred to this multiple times in the past. That, in essence, could be the source of all this capital she's constantly throwing around. But the rest of this night really doesn't fit with much of anything else. It's really impossible to know what actually went down, and I suspect, even if pressed, EB wouldn't divulge the true story. None of the streamers that were involved in this night, like Bjorn or Danny, have really made mention of it since. And EgyptBeauty has moved on to harass new innocent employees of the various hotels that she's staying in. Some of this seems so over the top, it's like she's putting on a show for the camera.
You happy to be a laundryman. You came up to my car and said, look how nice I painted. No, you said, look how nice you painted the parking lot. Ain't no damn laundryman gonna paint the handicap parking lot. You a part of the ownership. Quit acting like you broke around here. No, you and her is the owners. Ma'am, I want to know why I didn't have a trash can and cups in my room. No trash can, no cup for the ice. Nothing in my room. I pay $85.
While the rest of it seems like this is her real day-to-day. A loud and obnoxious older lady who feels she's a 24-hour-a-day victim. I'd like to hear everybody's thoughts and theories in the comments below, but like I've already said, I really feel there are far more questions than answers. To recap, we have EB and her brother in a panic, saying everyone has to leave the hotel due to the death of a grandfather, splitting merchandise and cash very hastily in the hallway of the hotel room, and on the way out, they make loud and over-the-top complaints about their suite.
I got an attorney in L.A.
I paid $100.
They don't let you open the window. You can't breathe up in here.
I paid $135.
I have respiratory problems for the rest of my life now.
I had to pay $130.
EB then cries on her way out of state, but is interrupted with reports of a rogue mod, shifts her focus entirely, and pulls over to a gas station, leaks that gas station, gets on the move again, still entirely focused on this rogue mod and not any of the previous events. She proceeds to expose whatever personal information she has on this rogue mod and receives some very telling donations, albeit they are donations. Stops at the next rest stop and has the police called on her from an unknown origin, all while trying to manipulate Danny and Bjorn like children to pay them to coming back and helping her. Then, out of frustration, she cries, panics, and pleads to the YouTube moderators, who are clearly watching her streams, and again has to flee the gas station once she realizes the attendant is monitoring her intently. She then appears to completely disassociate from her dead grandfather, the rogue mod, and frantic hours-long panic to engage with her chat for the rest of the upside-down trip. The following day, there was no funeral she attended, as she was live in the morning chasing down hotel staff to yell at them for not having enough garbages, and streamed the majority of the day. You literally cannot make this shit up. This whole evening begins to give credibility to this CCTV footage that I mentioned earlier. This EgyptBeauty lookalike, as she says.
You allegedly stealing jewelry from the elderly. Can you elaborate on that?
I absolutely heard about it. No, sweetheart, it was on all the news stations live that day. The gypsy woman happened to look a lot like me. I mean, hairstyle and everything. Right. And they broadcasted it. And then these streamers started saying, Voda said on his radio show, that's EgyptBeauty. And everybody said, I said, no, that is not EgyptBeauty. I watched the segment on the news. I watched the YouTube video. She does look like me in the face, but you know, that was not me. And that's that. I'm not going to do no stupid shit like that. Pardon my language. But yeah, the woman did look like me in the face.
And could provide some theories as to why they abandoned a paid-for room and fled the state. The various shifts in her focus throughout the rest of the night just add more confusion to an already convoluted situation. After witnessing this stream live, reviewing the footage and events, as well as in the development of this video, I have no more answers than I did going to sleep that very night. I encourage anyone with possible theories or plausible explanations for her behavior that night to share your thoughts in the comments. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in real life, let alone in the wacky world of live streaming. It was entertaining, shocking, offensive, and exactly what the IRL space thrives on. You would think that because she's so much content that she could continue to grow her stream. I happen to disagree. And while EB is still streaming and venting her anger, I've already outgrown her predictable and problematic behavior. She's as loud and obnoxious as Sam Pepper when he's raising his voice as a cameraman. And to be honest, she seems very one-dimensional. What you've seen in this video is what you'll likely get tuning into an EB stream. And I don't think that has a lot of staying power. She seems to lack an overall understanding of her audience and what it takes to make a successful live streamer. Personally, I'm not interested in continuing to watch the same type of instigated drama occur day after day, so I probably won't be tuning into her streams. It seems to me like this is another case of mental illness on full display for the entire world to see. And while it was content and entertaining for all of us and I used it as entertainment on my stream, it is another glimpse into the very hard and fast life of some of these IRL live streamers. most of which hail from good old Los Angeles, California. As for this channel, following the community guideline strike on my Blade video, it was pretty much the title, I think. I'm going to shift the focus back to the kind of content I was doing at the beginning, more edited, more thorough thought pieces that actually tell a story, rather than just recapping what's gone on in IRL, the he said, she said type bullshit. It's not nearly as fun to produce the videos that actually take time and effort to write, and personally I feel like it's gotten very cookie cutter in just the last few weeks. This video is long, but there was so much to unpack from that night, and in order to give the situation the justice it likely deserves, for you guys to understand what happened for those of you that didn't catch the streams, I wanted to make sure I covered it all. It was pretty wild to watch. I hope you choose to stay and join me in this journey of navigating the IRL live streaming space, providing some commentary, providing some theories, and overall seeing where post-Ice Poseidon IRL is going to go. There's a lot of old footage that I would still like to cover. I live stream multiple times a night where we discuss various angles and various ways that I can go about a certain video. And there's more requests for particular videos than I have time to do. I appreciate all of you for spending the time today to watch this video. I hope you found it entertaining. Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see some of you around for my live streams.